Hey, what's up, guys? I just kind of want to show you Cyclop and how you can use it to make very desirable bass sounds that you can't really make with a subtractive synthesizer. So what this is, it's kind of, the dubstep synth, but I'm going to be using it for more for like electro, really greedy basses that are pleasing and not so wobbly. So what you have here is you have a whole lot of confusion, but what you really have to remember is there's two kind of generators, this one and this one, right? So we're gonna turn that off, and we're going to go to my new favorite thing, which is transformer. And what that it's kind of micro sampling and sampler, but this it slices it up and it analyzes it, and it is always in the right key. So what we'll do is we'll turn off the filters and play nothing's happening. You have to set the position. So what it does, you can see here, is it's going into a sample. You can go through any of them really. It goes into a sample and it's picking where you're playing it, and it's kind of loading that into an oscillator. Basically it's complex math, and it's complex period. I can't really understand how it works, but I know it sounds good, so we'll get through it. So what you're going to want to do, what I do is I'm going to bring this up to about 2 o'clock and find a position. So every time you move kind of a position, you will see down here like kind of a new oscillator. Pretty growly. What we should have done first is we should add a bit of clipping, distortion, to kind of bring the sound up. You'll see that here. So it's very deep. Right, so we have the beginning, we have a transient, we've kind of captured that. So what the Formant is doing is it's shifting the sound. I'm not really sure how it works, actually. You just kind of play with that till it sounds good. Sometimes 2 o'clock works. 2 o'clock works for this particular type of audio, because what we're going to do is we're going to add a sub oscillator to it. And that's just a basic sine wave, and you'll see what it's doing down here. So it's adding a sine wave below it to give it more bottom. And we'll move the octave up. Yeah, you see the sine wave there. We'll go through kind of different samples. Let's see here. Right, so we can try a different type of distortion it's basically a wave shaper. So what this plugin's basically doing is taking a sine wave and shaping it multiple times to get some interesting things. I like diode because I like diodes. And you couldn't really get that with a conventional subtractive synth. It'd be very difficult. You have some triangle kind of harmonics there. Right? We'll try a different one. So we have a whole lot of upper harmonics and a sine wave with this one. very complex sort of sounds. This is the stereo knob. For like the contrast, like the one thing I don't like about this plugin particularly, because I'm looking up at my screen, there's not really a whole lot of contrast with some of the things here. So I know that says stereo, but I'd have to, like, you know, move my head up. And yeah, let's add a separate kind of thing on top of it. Another sound, I should say. So we're adding a bunch of saws, like a super saw above it, I would say. Moving an octave up. Right, we could try conventional FM. Too high up. That sounds kind of terrifying. I think I'll just leave it the way it is. And then, you have your filters here. And you can modulate that. Another thing you can do is use a comb filter and, like, as a post everything, kind of process the hell out of it. Kind of terrifying. And yeah, that's basically how you'd make very, very large bass lines. And we're not even automating anything yet. And that's pretty much what I've been using it for. Hope you learned something, and you should definitely check it out. A whole lot of unique things that you can't really get in a lot of synths, just how it's all put together. Of course, you have your vowel filter and all that fun stuff. But besides the virus, there's not a whole lot of plugins that feature this kind of transformer, the Formant transformer, oscillator, or operator. Does some pretty wacky stuff. You can also add your own sounds. Think of it as a vocoder of doom. And I guess that'll be my review, the vocoder of doom. Alright, take care and good night.